When a person hears the question, what is it to be healthy? The initial thought that comes to mind is physical health, eating a balanced diet, working out, and more. And yeah, physical well-being is highly significant, but so is mental well-being. Mental well-being is in relation to the social, psychological, and emotional wellness of a person, impacting how we act, think, and feel. This includes the balancing of our internal thoughts, emotions, and moods that then impact our actions, behaviors, relationships with others, and overall productivity for our daily tasks. Through a survey study that I conducted, 97.5% of people from the ages 13 to 18 have experienced significant problems that affect their mental well-being, be it in schools, e-learning, or in general. Being a teenager myself, I have dealt with having an overall poor mental wellness, having stress, general anxiety, low moods, and sleepless nights, to name a few, just like many others. These issues can affect our mental well-being negatively, especially due to our situation of the current pandemic, where we cannot channel the energy outside in a healthy way. This is a major issue through the adolescent years, being a time where kids are figuring out their interests, creating friendships, studying, and being put through a lot of pressures, both socially and academically.
So during quarantine, I have experienced an increase of level of stress due to not being able to connect with my friends as often as I did before. And ultimately, with grades and just lots of work, I had trouble sleeping, and I had also a lot of trouble with managing my time and stress.
What affects my mental health the most is stress. I get stressed a lot in school, especially in this e-learning period, and it has negatively affected my focus. I don't focus properly, normally getting distracted by anything around me or just random thoughts that pop up every now and then, also affecting my sleep to a point where I'm constantly tired.
I would say during this pandemic, my mental health / mental well-being has been getting progressively worse. This is probably because of lack of communication with friends, stress of everything that's been happening, and also including school, high pressure of getting good grades, and has many elements to it which make it very difficult to handle.
During the pandemic and of course during quarantine, my mental health did deteriorate. Thinking e-learning I thought was a good experience for me when it was announced, thinking that it was going to be only 2 weeks. When it carried on for the majority of the year, that's when my mental health started to dip a little more than usual. It was very difficult for me to make social interactions with other people. I'm a very social person. I like talking to people. I like collaborating in school. That's how I learn. I'm a kinesthetic and visual learner as well. So that was really difficult for me to gain knowledge, grasp knowledge, etc. And since we had a lot to do during e-learning and there was a lot of work to do, it was very hard for me to figure out when it was necessary to take a break, when to slow down, when to stop and think, when to breathe, kind of, which meant that I was just running out of my own head. And then once I did get the time to stop and think, everything piled up way too fast, and it was very overwhelming for me, which didn't help, especially with the workload. And then obviously that started to decrease and get worse over the period. But yeah.
Just like these students, children all over the world face such difficulties. These issues can have a very serious toll on a child that affects their moods internally and actions and behaviors externally to others. Thus, this must be improved immediately in the early stages before it turns into serious mental health illnesses like depression. Hence, through being able to relate and my passion for this, I want to help improve these consequential issues in order to help teenagers improve their mental well-being, making them an overall happier and healthier person. This solution can be through the use of color psychology, more specifically, chromotherapy. Color psychology is the study of how different hues of colors can affect a human psychologically and emotionally, impacting their behavior. It is used subtly almost everywhere, being implemented in web designing, marketing, and interior designing, to name a few. Chromotherapy falls under this category in order to beneficially treat people through the use of different colors on the spectrum to improve a person's mental well-being and health. When asking teenagers through my survey, over half the people did not know what chromotherapy was, showing the lack of knowledge on a very effective technique. The usage of colors through its principles in relation to factors such as shade, brightness, and saturation goes more than just creating visual effects such as images and shapes perceived through our eyes, but also influencing mood and behavior through psychological reactions. Certain colors even being associated with reducing blood pressure and increasing metabolism as well, while some colors help to cure serious physical sicknesses, mental illnesses, and disorders. Chromotherapy is implemented in many environments through the creation of specially designed rooms using specific colors, utilized in hospitals, children's wards, psychiatric hospitals, and healthcares for effective efficacy with healing and relaxing environments. Thus, it is proven that each color can induce and trigger certain psychological effects on a person's mental state, also altering a person's perception and response to a situation, some being proven to be subjective to people and some global. This is through photoreceptor cells known as cones and rods in the macula located in the retina of the eye, sending electrochemical signals to the visual cortex of the brain, where the sensations and appearances of color are formed. Signals are also sent to the central brain region known as the hypothalamus that secretes hormones in relation to the visuals that can control the body's temperature, sleep, and other physical and mental effects. These hormones, when secreted into our bloodstream, prompt different stimulations that affect how we feel both mentally and physically. Through the thorough research done regarding the impact of different colors on a person psychologically and emotionally, chromotherapy can be used to improve specific problems that affect the mental well-being of teenagers, overall improving it by the implementations of specific colors in rooms, through interior designing also being applicable in lights, colors, and other factors as well. If you have a specific issue in mind that affects your mental wellness, please jump ahead to the given times as to what colors you can implement in your daily lives to improve any of these factors. These tips and advices will sure to help effectively improve your overall mental well-being. Stress is one of the most common problems that affect teenagers, with over 82% of the participants taking the survey stating that they have major issues regarding stress that affect their mental well-being in a negative way. It can be caused due to a lot of schoolwork and things to do, as well as social aspects that can make a teenager feel very pressured. A person who is stressed may feel very worried, unable to make decisions or concentrate, and even feel irritable and angry. Chronic stress can also lead into severe illnesses such as depression and anxiety, thus must be helped to reduce as much as possible. If suffering from major stresses, the implication of blues and greens in the cool color spectrum will be highly effective. The implementation of light pastel and watery shades of blues and greens in your surroundings that are also soft on the eyes will help to relax and calm you down, lowering blood pressure, slowing heart rate, and overall help to soothe you. A mixture of blues and greens creates a stress-free space anywhere in the house, where blue reminds you of the clear blue sky and the beautiful ocean water, and green creates a harmonizing area reminding you of growth, life, and renewal. It is highly proven that cool toned colors like these two shades are extremely helpful for stress management, giving an astringent and cooling effect as well. As shown in the results in the survey, most people found blue as a calming color. Colors include baby blue, mint, and even lilac purple as an alternative. Blues and greens are also used to create security, trust, and health. Avoid very stimulating colors that can further aggravate and irritate you, such as warm spectrum colors of red, orange, and bright yellow. Also, avoid very bright and neon colors due to these colors having a very powerful effect psychologically, being both irritating to your eyes and energizing you further. Everyone, without being clinically diagnosed, have feelings of anxiety at some point in their lives, relating to uneasiness, worrying, and being anxious. It is the body's natural response to nervousness and stress that can be in reaction to upcoming tests and other factors that all teenagers go through. In order to help reduce and mitigate anxiety, implementing soft shades of pink are highly effective. This is because it gives a warm and cozy, yet calming sense. Also great for uplifting the mood and feeling more optimistic, as shown in the survey results. This soothing color can be refreshing and help calm down overwhelming emotions. Similarly, other colors in the cool spectrum such as light blues, Purples and greens can help reduce anxiety, making the atmosphere relaxing and peaceful. Be mindful to use lighter pastel shades and not darker shades, as it can have an opposite negative effect instead. Implementing these cooler colors in your backgrounds will help to calm and soothe the mind further, thus reducing anxiety levels. Avoid colors such as blacks and grays. Studies as well as a survey showing that these colors can cause you to feel low, gloomy, and downhearted, causing an increase in anxiety levels. Be it academically, socially, or other aspects, teenagers have a lot of things in their mind that can stress them out, along with overthinking everything as things build up in their head. The mind is then filled with thoughts, emotions, things to do, and more that make you feel like you can't breathe, sometimes causing breakdowns and panic attacks. You don't know where to start or finish, as it feels like things are taking over you. There are many dangers of overthinking that can affect a person's mental well-being through the swelling of mistakes, problems, and more, increasing the risk of much more severe mental health illnesses such as depression and anxiety. In order to improve on this negative aspect that can affect your mental well-being, what better color than the color of peace and freshness to cleanse the filled mind? Incorporating the color white in your backgrounds gives not only a sense of cooling and peacefulness to the atmosphere, but is also highly beneficial for the clearing of the mind to help calm you down and relax. The blankness of white gives a spacious area in not only your room but also your head, being used widely for clarity and purification of the mind. It will make you feel very refreshed, helping to soothe you by helping to lower your blood pressure as well, as supported by the statistics that white made the target audience also feel the same. It is the right color to get a better clarity on your thoughts, being perfect to be surrounded in at a time of stress. Another alternative can also include cool shades of light blue, as well as other neutral colors such as light beige or peach. Make sure it stays to the cooler side of the spectrum, avoiding colors such as red that can make you feel more agitated. Just like in the times of stress, avoid bright and neon colors in your surroundings that can further aggravate and stimulate your mind. The use of neutral colors will have a positive effect on the mental well-being in relation to overthinking and the clarity of mind, overall elevating your mood as well in a calming environment. Many people don't realize that being unenergetic and lazy can also have a toll on your mental well-being to a certain extent, as you feel unmotivated to get things done, procrastinate, and also feel too lifeless to do other activities such as working out, which then gets stored in the back of your head as to things you should do. In order to feel more energized and elevated, the implications of strong warm spectrum colors such as reds, yellows, and oranges, as well as bright colors in the cool spectrum can help to uplift your mood, having a stimulating effect on your brain. Specific colors such as high pigmented shades of reds, oranges, yellows, as well as lime green, turquoise, royal blue, and peony pink help in uplifting and getting invigorated. As shown in the survey results, most people found the colors yellows and greens very stimulating and energizing. Thus, almost every color, if bright and strong, can help energize you. However, make sure to break the monotony and balance the bright colors out with neutral achromatic colors, preferably white, so the atmosphere doesn't become overwhelming and then create negative effects such as being tensed and stressed. Very bright colors with no balancing out can be very hard on the eyes and can cause you to be tensed and agitated. One specific color that can be very ideal is lemon yellow, proven to boost energy and vitality and enhance creativity and growth. This color helps to also accelerate your productivity, all done by the color stimulating the left side of your brain. All these shades will help in refreshment and uplifting of your mood, helping to give the energy you need to complete your day-to-day activities. Many teenagers face problems in sleeping. This can be due to stress, overthinking, and having a lot of things to do, and just your overall body not being able to completely relax. This is also a result when shifts in sleep schedules occur due to studying or staying up late at night. Getting a good amount of sleep is very important for your mental well-being, as it is when the body repairs itself to feel fresh for the day that lies ahead, allowing our brains to process information and memories as well. The average amount of sleep teenagers get is about 7 hours. However, study shows that teenagers need at least 9 to 9.5 hours to function properly and be fresh to carry on the day-to-day activities. It is highly common for teenagers to face insomnia. However, without being properly taken care of, this can turn into chronic insomnia and other mental and physical illnesses. Luckily, there are colors that are scientifically proven that when incorporated can aid in helping you sleep. The best colors for sleep are on the deep, cold spectrum, such as heavy greens with shades of brown and darker blues. This is because it not only creates a sense of tranquility and natural calmness to the atmosphere, but also the dark heaviness prompts a good night's sleep. Earthy tones and soft, muted colors also cause soothingness, also being very beneficial. As seen in the results before, blues, greens, and other soft tones were highly relaxing to the teenagers as well. Make sure to avoid bright and energetic colors such as red that quickens the pulse, not being conducive to sleep and stimulate the mind. It can also cause agitation and stress that will make you restless. Lastly, every human being has had times when you're just sad and down for a number of factors related to personal or academic life. You may just feel low, upset, and pessimistic for something that may have happened as well, such as tough times like the current pandemic we are all in. Fortunately, through color therapy, you can also become happier, your mood's helping to get lifted just through visual aesthetics. This is done through shades of colors in the warmer side of the color spectrum, such as shades of yellow, orange, and even pink. Proper shades of these optimistic colors will not only cause a warm and cozy tone to the atmosphere, but also elevate your emotions and feelings to make you overall more joyous and optimistic. These shades, such as soft baby pinks and lemon yellows, are perfect for a refreshing and cheerful uplift to your mood, while not being too bright and stimulating to cause irritation, stress, or aggravation. However, just like said before, make sure to balance these colors out with achromatic colors of blacks, whites, and grays. As seen in the survey, most people found shades of pink and yellow to prompt a sense of contentment. The lighter the color, the more happier you will feel. This also includes light pastel colors such as lilac, seafoam green, and peach. Lastly, a combination of many primary and secondary colors can also give a colorful and delightfulness into a room or atmosphere, further helping to prompt happy emotions and feelings that will surely elevate your overall mood. The perfect balance of brightness and saturation is key to not be too hard on the eyes while still having a positive effect to your mental well-being. The saturation and brightness of the colors in the color spectrum also have a significant role in relation to the effects it has, with darker colors being less effective in uplifting mood than lighter colors. In basics, colors on the warm end of the spectrum such as reds, oranges, and yellows tend to evoke feelings of energy as well as optimism, while cooler colors such as greens, blues, and purples can be soothing, calming, and uplifting. Avoid colors that are too dark and gloomy, as well as colors that are too bright, such as neon and warm spectrum colors that can have a very tensing and prompt a more stressful atmosphere. If using bright colors, make sure to implement achromatic shades of gray, white, or black to break the monotony and create a more happy and less tensed environment. In conclusion, through the use of chromotherapy and the research and science done regarding the effects of different colors on the overall mood, behavior, and emotions, many significant issues that affect the mental well-being on a day-to-day basis can be improved to make you an overall happier and healthier person. It is highly significant to have a right balance of colors in your room depending on the type of ambience and atmosphere you want to create in relation to help your mental well-being. Being fully aware you cannot incorporate every single color mentioned in the video. If you need any help to pick a color or what colors can be incorporated for another problem that may be affecting your mental well-being, please feel free to reach out to me on my email stated at the end of the video. I am incredibly passionate about this topic due to my love for psychology as well as wanting to help aid people in significant issues that even I, as a teenager, can also highly relate to. These problems stated in the video are what almost every single person goes through regardless of age. Thus, through reaching out to teenagers all over the world with this video regarding a topic very few people have any knowledge about, I can spread awareness and help improve daily problems that can impact the mental well-being in a negative way, especially during the stressful pandemic time we are all currently in. Remember, you are not alone, and it is very, very normal to go through such problems, being an expected factor no matter what age you are. I hope you found a solution addressed in this video in regards to a problem you may be dealing with that can overall help you to positively improve and impact your overall mental well-being, which is really, really, really important to do as a learning and growing individual.